Hey everybody, I am Uncle Rob. This is the Uncle Show, and I am in Little Rock, Arkansas. Uncle Ryano, thankfully, is back home in his abode in Shreveport, Louisiana. What's up, man?
How you doing?
We've got our first return artist, and we've got several lined up, but we got our first return artist from I think she was like number 1 or number 2 interview that we did. Celeste Marie Wilson, how you doing?
I'm doing great. It's hot as all get out outside, but I'm inside, so I'm happy.
Hey,
Don't go outside.
That's what happens in summertime in Texas.
Oh yeah, especially the further down in Texas you get, the worse it is.
I got so many people on my Facebook here in Little Rock. They're like, "Oh my gosh, it's so hot." You know what? The calendar says, July. It's hot in July. You're not going to get no cold front. It's not going to snow or any of that. But speaking of being hot in July, you're a hot thing going on right now. You are a busy lady. You're everywhere. Tell us a little bit about what's been going on since the last time we talked to you.
Oh my gosh, so much has happened. I went to Nashville and recorded my first album in Nashville, and it was very old school the way we did it. We did it in 2 days, the entire album. Although really, we finished all the instruments in one, and I did all the prep work, and it was crazy because I was like, 2 days is a short amount of time for an album start to finish. No, it wasn't. I did it all. We were good. I played a writer's round, and then I got home. We started releasing the songs on the album. And I have had the honor of charting on Music Row. I just released my first song, and my first song to Texas radio. Within the first week, I was number 3 for downloads before I even got the reports back. I still don't even know where I'm sitting, next to people who have way bigger numbers than me. Everything's just really... It's going fast, but it's going good. Now the second album is in pre-production because next year I have 2 major projects coming out, and then of course EPs and whatnot. And I have 2 music videos coming out. One on June 10th. I guess it'll be out when this is up, and then another one coming out July 10th, and then another one probably coming out in August. And my full album, Southern American Princess, will be dropping in August.
Southern American Princess. That is crazy. Where'd you get that? I can't imagine where you got that name from.
Well, my family is actually one of the original Texas land grant families. And my family fought in the Alamo. My family fought in the American Revolution. And I'm the daughter of an oil man. I don't know how much closer I can get to a Southern American princess than that.
So you got oil in your background.
Oh, of course. You got
cattle. And cattle. And moo cows.
Oh, and moo cows. We got moo cows. I grew up riding horses. My great uncle Walter had cows out on our family ranch for the longest time. And I remember sitting in his truck in the little center seat and eating all the candy in there while he did stuff.
Did you ever ride a cow?
I've never ridden a cow.
That is kind of crazy. We had this old bull when I lived in Louisiana. We called him Joe, and old Joe was like he was like Eeyore from Winnie the Pooh. He was like doo 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 doo, and Joe didn't care. You could go up to Joe, you could jump on him, and he'd take you for a ride. Very, very calm and everything. Since the last time you were on the show, you signed a contract with a record label.
I have, yes.
Tell us a little bit about that. Tell us the record label if you can, and promote that.
Absolutely. Everybody always says that getting a record deal is very complicated and all these things, but actually when it happens, it like just all at once happens. It makes no sense. And everybody's different, but from everybody I've talked to, it's like I knew someone who knew someone who knew someone who knew this person, and they sent this to this person, And so they heard of me. And they wanted to talk to me, and we started negotiating, and everybody on the label is just very, very wonderful and supportive. They have a long history with Texas country poets such as Willie Nelson and Waylon Jennings, Chris Christopherson, Tanya Tucker. I mean, very big in Texas country and in country music in general. They're a Memphis-based label. And I mean, they're just wonderful. Really, everybody on there is so nice to deal with. Like, they're just so much fun.
What's the name of the label?
Selecto Hits.
Boom. That's a legacy label.
What is the name of it?
Selecto Hits. And if you go and you look on their roster, they've got everybody from George Jones to Elvis Presley to
Celeste Marie Wilson.
And Celeste Marie Wilson.
How does that feel when you look at that and you see your name next to all of those people? And a year ago, you would have never thought that?
No, I never would have thought that. The first time I think I realized it was not when I got signed. When I got signed, I was kind of like, toot-toot, it just didn't register. And then when I was in Nashville, I stopped at the Country Music Hall of Fame. And I started walking through, and it was like every other person in there has been on my label that I'm on. And that was what made me go, oh, this is a lot bigger of a deal than I made it out in my head. Like, just singer after singer after singer. They were just, like, most of them were on there, at least at one point in their career. And I'm like, wow.
And I'm sure you are going to stay grounded and stay focused on the prize. That is the biggest thing, is probably the being humble. They are, like I said, there's been a lot of big names on that label, a lot of big names.
Rob,
I'm gonna have to stop this right now. My mother-in-law never calls me, and she just called me, and I need to find out what that call is about.
Pause. Just go ahead and stop, and we'll start the recorder.
Just hang tight. You guys just talk a little bit. She never calls. She hasn't called me, and probably.
Okay.
Do what?
Yeah, let's make sure she's okay. Let's do that.
Well, I'd be more worried about my wife, but let me.
All right, so Celeste, I have had the great honor of watching you grow exponentially, and your team, and the whole thing's been beautiful. And one thing I can say to Rob's comment is you are so grounded. Everybody in your circle is humble and grounded, and it's legit. And that's super important, to not get caught up in the glitter and to not get caught up in the temporary, because you're going to be popular, then you won't be popular, then you will be again, then you won't be again. This is just the way it is. But you've always been popular to those who've been right in the tight circle with you fighting, from your producer Josh to Jim Riley to your mom to your dad to your sister to your brother to Nana, Grandpa, everybody. Your circle. And the thing is the one thing I would like to urge, and I think you do it. I know that I love watching you interact with your mom. I think y'all do it, but it's for those listening to remember to always enjoy the struggle and who's in the pit with you, who's climbing with you, because that's what makes these moments like what you have right now so rewarding. So never miss an opportunity to stop and celebrate. Just take a beat and celebrate with your mom. And I think I'm pretty sure you do that, but that's a great lesson for those who are trying to either start the climb or stay in the climb, is celebrate the struggle, celebrate the little wins, celebrate the big wins, and stay humble, but celebrate those moments when you get to come out on top on that day. Would you agree?
Absolutely. Because there are going to be a lot of losing days. But I tell my mom is for every fan I get 3 haters. But you don't need the world to love you. If you just have like less than 1% of the world love you, you've made it. You don't
Do
need.
you think do you think they really love you, or do you think they love the idea of you that they think they have, or what is often presented?
I think that they love the parts of themselves that they see in me. It's like a mirror kind of thing, and the community it can build.
Agreed.
I tend to feel that people like if they can be you for that. If you're doing a music video or whatever you're doing, you do your silly Instagrams that I think are a hoot. I think if they can relate to that, they can put their self into what you're doing. That's the part that they love. The fact that they can kind of relate to you.
Right. My attitude is, the world is complicated. Life is complicated. If I can, for an hour to 2 hours or an hour and a half, or even just 4 minutes, if you're just listening to a song of mine, make your day not complicated. Make your day fun, then I've done my job.
Get people's mind off of what's going on. Even like you said, even if it's just for 4 minutes on a song. Now, if they listen to your whole album, then they get 30, 40 minutes with you. Then it makes their day even better for a little bit longer.
Right. Yeah, make them feel like they're not alone.
There are times that I do exactly what you just said. I will just find a playlist and just sit here in my studio in my the room and just vegetate on the music. Totally forget everything going on. Forget the fact that I can't walk. Forget all that. And I just close my eyes and I get caught up in that moment. And it makes, it brings your day back into perspective.
Absolutely.
You get to do that. What a gift. You get to do that for people. You get to do that for people.
It's my mom. My mom told me a couple weeks ago. I can't remember what was bugging me. There's something that was bugging me, and she was like, "You are God's creation, and you creating is your gift back to Him." And whatever capacity, whether it be music or business or numbers, whatever it is, you creating gives back to God. And so if you start thinking like that, then it gives you the ability to work much harder. Because, it's the closest thing we can get to that.
Service. Yeah.
How many singles have you put out with your new record label that you're on?
3, and then a 4th is coming out this July, titled Marie. It's the true story of my great grandparents. I had this thing when I was switching to country, because I started in alternative rock, because I love rock music.
Would not have seen that. Did not see that coming at all.
Music. I just love it. I think that it's cool. I think there's a lot of play and a lot of stuff you can do with it. But when I switched to country, started thinking about it last summer, I told Mom that the reason I was so scared of switching to country is because I cared a lot about it. And I didn't want to do it poorly. I don't want to do anything poorly, but country has an extra layer of family ties and cultural importance. And I didn't want to be the country song that was talking about just beer in a truck and an experience that wasn't mine, because I can't drink beer and I don't want to drive a truck. I wanted to talk about experiences that were mine and still from the actual country.
And you don't and you don't have an ex-wife that left and took the dog.
My dog.
She still got a dog.
My dog's alive. I'm out of tropes. So I wrote about the love story of my great grandparents, because my great grandfather was a Bronco buster, and then he became a carpenter, and he built a house all by himself for my great grandmother, and it was a big house. And he was poor, dirt poor, but her family was well off, and nobody wanted him to marry her, except for them, of course. And of course,
Obviously.
relationships are the ones that get a say.
Well, thankful for us, they have you, and they did get together.
They did get together, and he rode the circuit until he had enough to buy a ring. And once he had enough to buy a wedding ring, he came back, and they ran off and got married in secret.
Didn't elope, Uncle Ryano.
Uh-huh.
That's what we did.
And the name of that
the
name of that song is Marie.
The name of that song is Marie because my great grandmother's middle name was also Marie, Jessie Marie, and that's why I go by Celeste Marie Wilson, because I think it is good to honor both the male side of my family and the female lineage of my family.
So what we're going to do when the interview is over, by the time we run this interview, that song will be out. So we're going to play that song at the end of the interview, and maybe play another song of your choosing as well. We're not at that point yet. We're getting there, but we're not at that point yet. Your live, it just seems like it has gotten a lot more exciting over the past 4 months. I mean, you the interview, I can tell by the other interview and this interview, you have an aura, you have a presence. I see a difference in you. I mean, it's a more mature version of you. Is that going to come out in your music as well?
Yes, it is coming out in my music. There's a lot of things that I would have shied away from writing before. Actually, the song that had my first song on Texas radio, What Else Could I Need, was a song I wrote in order to prove to my record company that they just took everything for delivery, which wasn't true. They had actually rejected quite a few things I'd written, but I was feeling sassy in the moment. And so I wrote this song, and I was like, writing about ladybugs and baby ducks, all these things that when you're young, you see as kind of silly. And then I started to think about how I kind of already have everything I need. And when I got to the verses, I started to get more detailed, and I got to, delve into it. Like, I don't need a land of gold. I got my mama and the home she's grown. I've won the best award you see because my daddy says he's proud of me. Or I don't need a fancy car. I don't need my name in stars. I have lived, for I have breathed. And I sing because the birds sing to me. And all of a sudden the song wasn't funny anymore. And it wasn't a you just take everything for delivery. It actually had a message, and it was sweet, but in a way that wasn't preachy. It was fun. And sometimes I think especially as artists, that we're supposed to, suffer or that we need something more. But then you walk outside and you get to see things like ladybugs and baby ducks, and how lucky am I that I have a family that loves me, that I have opportunities, that I have the freedom to write what I want and say what I want. And the fact that I get to see the beautiful outdoors. I mean, once you start putting that together, I'm extraordinarily lucky. A lot of people are. It's I don't want to take that for granted.
And I'm glad you said that, because I want you to understand something else not to take for granted. Your mom and dad, they support you 100%. I've said this 100 times to Ryano. My mom and dad are both gone. Can never see them again. You need to cherish that. You need to value them every day. Obviously, God's put something in your heart, and you seem to be a very good person. And you probably don't need me telling you to appreciate your parents, but that's something I always like to tell the younger folks. Always appreciate your parents and the sacrifices that they put for you.
Rob, I will tell you one thing that is a testament to her being beyond her years. I've seen it. She's told her parents she's proud of them. Most kids are always used to just expecting to, it's or hoping at some point to be told by their parents, but parents are very rarely prepared for when the child turns and says, in spite of everything the child accomplishes, they say, I'm proud to be of you. I'm proud to be from you. I'm proud to be your son. I'm proud to be your daughter. I'm proud that you're my parents. You're my dad. You're my mom. And that kid,
you made me cry.
I'm just saying they need that. And Celeste she's ahead of her time. She's been able to say that to her parents, not when there's a hospital bed involved or something or bad news. She's saying it when things are good. And that's when it really matters. And they look at you, that she has a gift for the rest of her life, where she saw them see her when she said it. And that's just another thing I'm proud of her and them. I've texted her mom, and I meant every word of it. Her mom is a rock star. She's the other one in the equation. They all throw in, and they're all very important to the circle. But her mom is amazing, and she's crazy. That's my Louisville Slugger homie. And I'll tell you, I'm a big fan of the family, not just, I'm obviously everybody that knows how I am with Celeste, but I'm a big fan of the entire family. So, and it's important for us to take a beat and say that to each other.
Yeah.
I'm proud of you.
I never did get to grow up in a home where, I mean, my parents showed me they were proud of me, but I never heard it.
Yeah.
My mom told me, my dad, he's like, your dad is proud of you and everything you're doing. I was like, he never tells me. So if you don't hear it, you don't believe it. But again, I don't mean to get emotional, but just cherish your parents and continue to do what you're doing every day, because once they're gone, it's too late.
Yep.
Let's
that could be any of us. That could be any of us, Rob. That's not just about parents. That's any of us. Anybody in our life. We don't know at the close of one day to the start of another who's going to be riding with you next week, And so everybody who's made my life better, I like them to know it. And it's not enough for me to think about you. I need to call you and tell you, hey, guess what? I was thinking about you.
You must really love me, because you call me like 2-3 times a day, bro.
I do. Yes.
Well,
sexy.
We have a good bond, and appreciate that bond for sure. So
you have no taste in friends, so there you go. I appreciate that. So,
I have been told that my mom and dad. That's one thing my mom and dad did tell me. Like, you choose bad friends, bro.
Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do.
I'm just kidding. So Celeste, what do you got going on this summer? If we're in, are you playing mostly in Texas, or are you expanding to other areas, or where can we catch Celeste Marie Wilson during the summer?
At my shows, one show I'm super pushing. I thought I had a list of shows on here.
You're sleeping.
I'm sleeping.
I got her in her feelings and her emotions. She's lost her train of thought.
I think the scheduled show I have in August is one at the Red Brick Tavern. I'm having like a little get together for the album release for the Montgomery Conroe area. I'm from Montgomery, Texas. I love Montgomery. It's like half in the middle of nowhere, half in a developed place. So
isn't that where Josh Ward is from? I want to say Josh Ward may be from Montgomery.
He might be.
Anyway, I didn't mean to throw you. I get these little brain parts that just kind of like, hey, throw this in there.
No worries. I have those squirrel moments all the time. But I'll be at the Red Brick Tavern in Conroe, Texas. And then later this year, I will have a Christmas EP coming out that was produced by Barry Coughing. It's an imagining of those old church hymns. You know, I grew up Episcopal. And I grew up in the altar guild and all the things, confirmed. And it's a very old liturgical kind of church. And I love that because I like when people don't tell me what to think. They just read what's in there and I get to decide what I think. But the other thing is the music was all old. And when Christmas comes around, you have all these new songs that are so much fun, but the old stuff is way in the back. And I was like, hey, let's reimagine these songs and turn them into modern country songs, like country blues. I'm Memphis country, really. That's where my label is. It's Memphis country, so it has a bit more of that blues influence, the Nashville country. And we started working on it, and all of a sudden, we had this really cool project with these old Christmas songs that, I mean, now sounded like they could play in the Macy's, you know?
Now, when is that project scheduled to come out?
That will come out right around Thanksgiving.
That is awesome. I mean, working in the radio stations that I do every winter, I switch to country eventually. I mean, to Christmas. Eventually, one of the radio stations is all Christmas for the entire month. But going back, it's like I like those old songs. I like Elvis singing "Here Comes Santa Claus." I like, you can never go with me. You can't go wrong with Elvis or Bing Crosby or Andy Williams. I mean, those are staples. But for you to bring some of those songs back and put your own twist and your own flair on it, it's like me and Ryano was talking with a guest yesterday. Those songs could be brand new again.
They can be.
They may be 50 years old. They may be 80 years old, but they're brand new again because you've released it. You've released it a new life.
Yeah. And also those songs, the old ones, like "Oh Holy Night" and whatnot, this Christmas season, I implore you to take a minute and look up the lyrics to "Oh Holy Night" because they are very relevant still today. And there are so many of these old hymns that are like, when you're in church and you're singing them, you're not thinking about it. You're thinking about, oh my God, can I sit down yet? Because you've been staying.
Is it over?
Why do we keep having to stand up? I swear, in the Episcopal church, they would stand up, sit down, stand up, sit down.
We had that, and then we had the kneel. I was in a Catholic church, so you had to kneel and you had to bow and do all that. Yeah, I remember all of that, and I was like,
I love communion because I am down for a little snack.
Ryano, she's like, she wants to throw down with the wafer and the wine, bro.
Dude, I already know.
I always took the communion, but I never did drink the wine. I was one of these folks. I don't care how many times they wiped that ring on that cup. I didn't want to drink after somebody else.
Individual cups, like in shot glasses.
See, I would have done that. Like at our church, it's like it's in a metal container, and everybody drinks out of the same thing, and I'm like, not happening.
After.
I mean, I know it's supposed to be like the blood of Christ, and I accept that, but I'm not going to drink it with everybody else drinking on that cup. Just germaphobe that way.
No, lick it.
Lick it. I'm going to sit there and I'm going to drink the whole thing. I'll get at the front of the line. They need to go in alphabetical order, so I'd be the first one to put my lips on it and then let everybody else drink after me.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, well, that's why Jesus didn't have Rob at the Last Supper. See?
Oh.
I'm sure there's a lot of reasons he didn't have me at the Last Supper, but that could be one of them, Ryano.
I think it is. Yeah.
What else does Celeste Marie Wilson got going on?
Well, I'm going to be at the Josie Awards. Unc and I were talking about that a few minutes ago. I'm going to be at the Josie Awards and Americana Fest, and that's in September, I think. And while I'm up there, I know I have a couple gigs, but I cannot remember where. I think they're writers' rounds mainly. Are
you nominated at the Josies?
Yes, I am. I'm nominated for Best Music Video of the Year for my song Ever Wanted, and Best Lead Actress in a Music Video.
So let me ask you this: at this level, do people vote, or do they have like a panel that votes, or how does that work?
They have a panel that votes. So you get nominated, and then after that, they have a panel that votes. And last year, I think I was nominated for 4 Josie Awards, and I won Best Music Video with my music video, If I Swim For You. And then this year, since I got signed right after, I was only eligible for a couple weeks, basically, once the nominations opened. And so I was nominated for what I was eligible for, and I'm just super excited to be there. It's a great time. There's so many talented artists, so many talented performers. I mean, you can't go wrong with meeting new people. I love meeting new people.
Well, we wish you the best of luck on that, and the next time we get you around in another 90 days or so, I want you to tell us you won both of those awards, and you can bring home some hardware back to the house. What's up, Ryano?
I was going to say, too, this is something that Celeste and I were talking backstage on. One of the proudest moments since I've come back from retirement is when she's nominated, as she should be, at the Josies. But you're not going to be alone, are you, Celeste?
Ryan, tell them who else is going to be there.
You're going to have the dynamic duo, Maddie and Colton, that are killing it right now. I believe they're nominated. I know for a fact Bree Carter's nominated for Artist of the Year. I think Megan Irby's coming in hot. We've got a handful that we've got to get pushed up into the pocket, but this is one of the greatest representations to me of what Tribe is supposed to be. They should be standing together, and it's their humanity that goes first. Their talent is amazing, but the humanity rivals it, and you'll see more if you haven't already. See that so much of the time in the artist realm, you have the person for show, and then you have the other person, and not being negative ever, but the humanity doesn't always rival the talent, and that's the world we're trying to build.
And I want to put into perspective real fast how big it is to be nominated for a Josie Award, because a lot of independent artists don't realize how big it is. They don't realize how large of an organization it is. Last year, 96,000 people applied. 96,000 people. And not all of them got in. I got in 4 times. So the fact that people Ryan is working with, so many of them got in. This is the top percentage of the independent music scene.
Y'all belong there. Every one of you belong there.
How do you get the nominee? How do you become a nomination?
Either you can nominate yourself, your manager can nominate you, a friend can nominate you, but you just have to fill out the form. And that nomination is a big deal to get through their team, because they very much grade off of music and how well it sounds. And
that's it. Your quality and your capability. And
that's rare to find.
Yeah.
Having an organization that grades off of quality and what you're doing is rare. So it's a very big deal. It's a very big honor to be nominated.
Well, I wish you 100% good luck and success in bringing those awards back. And like I said, we'll get with you in like 90 days, and you're going to tell us you won those. And and even if by some freak accident of nature that you don't win, you're still going to be able to tell us about your experience and all the fun and new people you've met.
Yeah, you've already won. When I went in last year, I was not worried about winning a darn thing. I was sitting there. I was having a great
And you won, didn't you?
I was not worried. They called my name. I didn't move. Ryan had to hit me. I went, oh, it's my time to get up, I guess.
Somebody push me up there.
Ask Mom if I need to buy the drinks this next round when we come up there. If I need to come up there and do the drinks, I'll make sure everybody's hydrated.
Yeah.
Celeste, I want to thank you for being with us, man. We are honored to have you with us. A Josie Award nominee, and you were a winner last year. You're going to be a winner this year. You're always winning, Ryan.
What winning?
Charlie Sheen said it perfectly. Winning.
There's one last thing I would like to plug.
Okay.
This year, I won the honor of becoming the 2026 ambassador for the Women's Songwriter Hall of Fame.
Nice.
And for those who don't know what the Women's Songwriter Hall of Fame does, is there are a lot of women that were not credited for their work in the 50s and 60s. And they take these songwriters and they honor them for what they've written. There are women that wrote for Elvis Presley. And they talk about the amount of work it took, what they've done, and the fact that they had, a lot of them had wonderful love lives and families and husbands. And it just shows people that you can do it all, you know? And I really, if you don't know about the Women's Songwriter Hall of Fame, please look it up and read a little about these women. It's so interesting. I think you will get a lot out of it.
Let us reiterate and let us know your social medias, where they can contact, get in connection with you, buy your merch, all that cool stuff.
Absolutely. So my socials, everything is Celeste Marie Wilson. I'm the blonde girl. You'll see my big hair and you'll go, it's her. And then my website is CelesteMarieWilsonMusic.com. I just dropped 3 new merch pieces that are Jesus, tequila, and whiskey themed. There's one that is like for the girls, it's pink, and it has like a bucking horse, and it says Jesus, tequila, and whiskey. And then I've got one that's kind of more for the guys, and it's hand painted. And because I'm a painter, I went to the Glassell School of Art in downtown Houston.
Wow, is there anything this girl don't do?
Cut the grass.
But she can weed eat.
I don't drive a truck and I don't drink beer.
You don't drink beer, but you drink tequila and whiskey.
I drink tequila and I love whiskey. I don't drink beer, and that's why
you do not like whiskey. You're a wholesome girl. You do not drink alcohol. No, you don't. Folks.
I love whiskey and I love cider.
She knows not what she says, people.
Oh.
Just giving you a hard time. Celeste, thank you so much. Ryano, do you got anything you want to add to that?
Yeah, this episode was brought to you by Pedialyte. Just kidding. Not really. But anyway, sending lots of love to everybody over there. We're super proud of you. Wherever you're at, you don't ever have to wonder. We'll be yelling from where we're at. So y'all keep fighting the fight. Keep kicking the door open for those coming behind you, because they're following you. They're watching you. And we're just proud of you, kid. Proud of Jim Riley. Proud of Selecto Hits for having the foresight. And we're going to see amazing things from Celeste Marie Wilson.
I hope so. Can't wait to see it. Celeste, thank you 1,000,000%. We're going to play Jesus, Tequila, and Whiskey, and we're also going to play Marie. Make sure you send Marie so we can get it added to the playlist here. Celeste, thank you for being with us. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you for taking the time to interview me.
Absolutely. We'll get you back on in 90 days. Folks, Celeste Marie Wilson right here with the Uncles on The Uncles Show.